pay attention to it so that they can prepare for Saturday. You know, on Saturday, we are still going to have a session where you will set up your robots. We give you the table where you can demonstrate to the judges. And then before you go on stage, then before the judges will give you the mark and before the audience will vote for you. So there will be a session where you put your robot on the table and then the judges will come. And then the second session for you to go live on the stage where people will vote for you. But in your presentation on the stage, you want to see uniformity, not solving the same problem, but following a particular framework, a particular flow, presenting your idea. Because if you can't present your solution properly, the whole world will not see what you have built and they won't be able to appreciate it. They won't give you the kind of accolade that you deserve. I've seen competitions like this that the best solutions that is not well presented will not actually get the right mark and the right score. And it's always painful for you to work so hard and not be able to present. So among your team, you need to choose one student that can speak very well, boldly, and articulate all your solutions and then the problem you are solving and everything. So I'll share my screen. I'll share with you, and also we are going to share the slide with you so that you can have a sample of the slide that I'll be using here. So just let me know if you can see my screen. We have here a PowerPoint presentation of organic food pitch deck. So presenting my farm or presenting my business as an organic food seller, I have slide 1, which is your own typical slide is expected to be the design of what the idea is all about. So you need to collaborate with people that can help you craft a very good and compelling PowerPoint. We are not expecting the student to be the only one, especially the student in the upper primary classes and then junior secondary classes, to be the one to do this PowerPoint themselves. So the teacher, the coordinator of the STEM program in the school can collaborate with other teachers or any professional to help you build a PowerPoint. But it has to be that the students are the one that we know what is there and then be able to present it and then we'll be able to answer questions on them. So it should not be something that somebody built for the student and the student don't know nothing about it. It has to be in line with the solution they have built, the problem they are solving, and then they should be able to present it and answer questions. Our judges are entrepreneurs in education, in technology space, in business. Some of them are investors. They know what business look like when it comes to building a STEM solution and globally deploying it to create a business. And we are a very high expectation. Okay, somebody has a question. Miracle, can you go ahead with your question? I've not changed the slide. I'm just showing you the first stage. So can you go ahead with your question? Miracle. Oh, I hope maybe she can hear me. You can drop your question in the chat if you can hear me very well, okay? Can everybody hear me? I need somebody to respond, please.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes. We're hearing you.
Thank you. So we expect you to do a lot of work, honestly, because between tonight, tomorrow, we want you to put in a lot of effort into this work. Let us see that the video you submitted, and the presentation you are making on Saturday, there's been a lot of effort that you have put into the work. Because at the end of the day, by the time we are announcing the winner, people say, oh, okay, if you submitted this video and then you made this presentation, it means they have done a lot of work, and that is what we want to see, okay? Because when you recorded the video and then you did the demonstration in your school, we were not there. So what we want to see on Saturday is demonstrate that on the table and then make the presentation on the stage. So this first screen is to show what the whole thing is all about. Very simple, catchy, and interactive, and very beautiful. You have to choose a color set and then you work with it and a font set. So it has to be really, really compelling and beautiful. Then the second deck is going to be the introduction. Introduction to the solution you are. Say picture speaks in millions. A picture is better than a million words. So make sure you get the right picture of the solution or the problem you are trying to solve. Put it together in a manner you're trying to do. But even from this sample I'm showing you, there are just too many words here. You can work with very, very, very few words and make sure that when people are seeing your slide, they can glance through your slide within seconds. And they, when it comes to introduction. Then the next slide is the problem. The problem you are trying to solve. It might be one problem, it might be two. What problem have you identified? Oh, the problem of electricity. Oh, the problem of power. Oh, the problem of water in the society. Different problem. It can be one, it can be two. It doesn't matter how many problems you are trying to solve. What is important is that they are real problems that are really, really challenging to human beings. Are they real problems that we can understand in Africa, in the context of Nigeria and Africa? You need to make sure that you don't load this page with too many problems. Focus on one or two and make sure that everything you are saying is in line with it. Because if you have fewer problems you are solving, you are likely going to get to clarity before your time. Because everybody will be on the stage, will give you 5 minutes each to be able to speak about your solution. And then within these 5 minutes, you run through everything and you have to present and convince people. The judges will judge you and then the people will vote for you. So the problem, make sure you narrow it down to one or two. Let me see. I can see that there's a post on the. Okay, good luck. Okay, good afternoon. Okay, thank you. Someone is saying good luck. Okay, good luck to everybody, but work hard. Next one after problem is the solution. Solution has to be one solution to one problem or two solutions to two problem. And see now, we have provided 5 solutions. The most important aspect of the problem and then the solution that is combating the problem. Describe it with picture and then put the bullet how you have solved this problem. Or thing that is already the problem. Already, the video session, you don't need to come and see those devices, the way you are operating them to confirm that they're actually working the way you said they are going to work. And then when they are seeing your presentation, you already know what we're talking about because they can remember what you are showing them. Then the next one is the SWOT analysis. I want students to pay attention to this. The SWOT analysis means the strength of the solution you are building, the opportunity, the weakness, and the threat. So do research. What is the strength of the solution you are building? What is the opportunity in it? What is the weakness? And what is the threat? Students, you need your supervisor to support you in building this together. Don't do it alone so that you can respond very strong and actively. What we are saying is that we are not going to treat you as a Nigerian student or as an African student. We're going to treat you as a global student, and we want the global standard of entry from you, because after the competition, we want you to have this kind of understanding and clarity on how to present STEM projects to solve global problems at a global stage from Nigeria, from Lagos, from anywhere you are coming from. So that's why we need to lower the standard. We keep the standard up here. We get you to work up to the standard so that when you go out of Nigeria, you can actually be a proud ambassador of this country. And then you'll be able to stand shoulder to shoulder with your peer in the global space. So the next one is your plan. Your plan. What's your plan for the solution you have built? Do you want to commercialize it? What is it? Do you want to sell it? If you want to sell it, how much do you want to deploy it to? I mean, for instance, somebody that has built a caterpillar to solve a particular problem, or maybe a machine that is providing electricity. Do you want to sell that as a patent to a company that will buy the patent from you and produce the real life solution of what you are trying to model with your STEM cardboard and everything? Or you want to just make it like a robot and like toys, and then you sell? to students that wants to just play around. So you need to put a plan there. And please be audacious about this. Be very bold. Put plans that will look really, really interesting to people. Plans are plans. We are not saying you should execute or you must execute, but you have to think out of the box. If you have built a software, a mobile application, put a plan there that you want to sell the version to Microsoft at $1 million, $2 million. Just have a good and ambitious plan. Let it be ambitious, because it is the more you are ambitious, the better for you to see the bigger picture. Okay, so let us know your plan. Somebody is raising hands. Who's the person? Israel. Can I hear you now? Can you unmute yourself, Israel, and ask a question? Oh, unmute yourself. Who is the host? Is the host here to unmute Israel? I like to entertain questions, but at the same time, I still want to see how we can move fast and get to when I can take more questions and interaction. This video will still, you will still be available. Raw grain. You talking?
Okay, so if you don't have any question, don't bother playing with the hand feature. Israel Makanjola, you have a question?
Okay, I don't think so. Can you mute?
I'm going to lower the hand. You can go on, then I'll mute whoever.
Okay. Yes, sir. Yes,
okay,
sir.
So go on. Okay, do you know what, Israel? Can you listen? Israel, can you listen attentively? Then you write down your question in a book. Can you hear me? Write down the question you have, and then when it's time for Q&A, we'll allow you come up and ask your questions, okay? So just allow the instruction to flow so that you don't distract others. Then when it's time for Q&A, you write down your question, and then you raise your hand, and then we'll call on you to answer. But this is not time for Q&A because we want everyone to listen attentively. All right, thank you. So you can mute now.
Okay, ma'am.
Can I ask a question?
Not now, please.
Hello.
There's a session for Q&A, ma'am.
I just want to find out if this session is being recorded because I am on transit and my son is not here. So
it's being recorded. It's being recorded. It's right there on the screen. Yeah. Please, let's not distract others. Thank you. So that others can really pay attention and listen. Or if you have any question, you can type in the chat box and I'll respond to it. Thank you.
Yes. I really, really look forward to your question. Please, at the right time, then let's have those questions, because the more questions we have, the better. So then the next one is the case study. The case study is about how we can apply your solution. For instance, someone that has built wind vane to generate electricity, you need to write the case study around, okay, the challenge, the results, the solution. Oh, in a farm of 30 acres, they don't have electricity, that's a challenge. Then we've been able to implement wind vane to generate electricity to power the machines in the farm. And then the solution is that they are now able to achieve mechanized agriculture. Maybe they are able to process tomato paste from the farm because now they have the power to be able to do so. That's an example. So you need to really, really bring a real life case study into the conversation. Let it be so real that anybody listening to you will be able to identify and connect with the case study. And the next one is your team. You need to put a picture of your team, the names, the role in which everybody plays, because this is very important. If you guys are 3 or 4, 5, put the pictures of everybody and put the names and the role of everybody. And if you put somebody, the person is the one that is the programmer, or the person is the one that is the graphic artist that designed the project or this or that. They can throw questions to the person. They can say, okay, you are the one that did the graphics. How did you do this part, this part, this part? You should be able to explain, okay? So when you are putting anybody's picture on the team, make sure what you say the person is doing in your team is actually what they have done in the project. because questions can come directly to the person and the person will need to answer. Even if you are presented so well as the leader, the team members also need to understand exactly what the whole thing is all about, because judges decide not to ask the leader the question and decide to ask. So the next one, thank you page, and then the website address of your school and your school logo. Make sure everything you do is branded for your school, because it's going to promote your school, it's going to promote your career, it's going to help you with exposure. And then we are just doing this to encourage STEM education in our schools, and then to challenge thinking, critical thinking of the primary and secondary school students across Africa. It's the first edition, and we are privileged to have you to go through this with us. And I believe by the time we are done on Saturday, we will all be happy that we have gone through this stage. So we are not going to, everybody is not going to win. We're only going to have test to thought. But if you win, if you don't win, just make sure that you take the learning out of this. Thank you very much. So now I'd like to entertain your question. Please ask me any question. No question will be considered too low or too big or anything. I'd like to answer your questions so that we can call it a day. Then we share the video with you so that you can put in the work and start working, please. And please talk to your parents. We need their support. They need to give you 24 hours to put in enough work into this thing, enough understanding, do research, craft your presentation, test your robot, make sure everything is working, get the right tools, the right things that you need to present on Saturday, and then get the right strengths to be able to stand on stage to pitch. Thank you very much for your time. So I want to take questions now. Israel, your question. Okay, somebody is raising hand.
My question is that why don't we like when we're going to the school or club, are we going to like bring our notes? Like are we going to demonstrate everything? Are we going to demonstrate everything?
Yes, you demonstrate the device you have built. Each school will have a white paper where you put your device, everything you have built, not anything else. It's practical. So for instance, if this is what you have built, you put it on the table and then you show us how it is working. And it has to be working. Do you understand now?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand? Okay, thank you.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Any other question? I think someone was trying to ask question the other time, a supervisor or a parent. Nina.
Yes, she was asking if it's recorded, and I think I responded to her that it's recorded. It's being recorded. So do we have any more questions? Someone has a question there. Will there be a board for our display? Yes, when you mean display, are you talking about the PowerPoints display, or you have something else you want to display, Mr.
I mean printed, something printed.
Okay, maybe why do you want to print?
We can bring it along that can just put on the board for people to see.
Well, okay, what's your project like?
It's on generator, but we have a board. We have some already printed materials. So if we can get a board.
I don't think you would see a display board. You may have to put the papers on the table, right? You arrange them very well. You have your space, your table to display, then you arrange them very well. Maybe come with sellotapes or something to stick them so that whoever is seeing.
I can put them on PowerPoint.
Yes, or put them in PowerPoints and then open it up
on our system.
On your system.
Okay.
Yes.
It's okay. It's okay.
Come with every material you think that can help you, please. Yeah.
Exactly. Any other question, please?
Okay.
I can see a couple of students in sustainable editing. Hello, guys.
Gloria.
Hello.
Does Gloria have a question?
Yeah, good evening.
Okay, good evening.
Yes, I actually joined quite late. Good evening. I actually joined by the link.
Okay.
Okay, so there's a noise background from your end, Gloria. So if you're still here, maybe you can type in the chat box instead, so that we'll pick your answer
Get
for
the
your question
video and the
from there.
slide. Yeah, you'll get the video and the slide sample.
Yeah.
So that you can start working. Okay.
Exactly. So Ruth, I hope that answers your question. You will get the slide deck and you also get the video recording from today's meeting so that you can refresh your memory. All right, thank you. Any other question?
Hello?
So, yeah, go.
All right. All right, Gloria, go on.
Hello?
Gloria, please, can you type in your chat box instead of, there's a lot of noise from your background. Can you type in your chat box? Can you ask the question in the chat box? Please ask the question in the chat box so that you would address your question from there. Thank you. Any other question? Is it clear to all of us? Is everything that Mr. Dimeji has stated here today, is everything clear enough?
No, ma.
Who is saying no?
I think there's a next.
Okay, so you will get the video and the slide. Please check out for your
slides.
Okala Miracle. You will get the video and the slide. I want you to please take your time and watch it. Let your supervisors, because they will be the ones to receive the email. So they should watch it and then guide you as students to come up with this, because you're the ones who are going to present on stage. Your supervisors will not climb on the stage with you. Now, somebody is saying the slides are written in French. You're not copying the words, you're looking at the formats.
It's just the format.
The whole idea of the slide is for you, and it's not even written in, it's not written in French, actually, it's written in Latin, okay? But it's just a sample slide. We're not supposed to give you everything, you understand? It's just for you to know how your presentation will flow from the beginning, the introduction, to the last slide, how your presentation will flow. So you don't need the text. You can take the slide and adapt it to suit what you want. Do you understand? So this is a sample format. It is not for you to use as your own project. Just follow the structure. Okay?
Yeah.
I hope that answers your question.
The forget organic here at the right-hand side, the left-hand side, you can put your school logo just to show here. You can put your school logo and just follow the format, not necessarily you have to copy the text. I think it would be a good use of time for someone to copy the text and try to use it, because it doesn't fit into any of these projects.
Exactly.
So,
and you don't need to even use the slide. Just follow the format. You can create your own slide.
yeah, I would strongly advise that every student work with their supervisor in the school. Every student work with their supervisor so that they can be guided correctly. And if I may advise, it will be good for you to meet tomorrow and start working with your students and start rehearsing. This is a project they have built together in the school. So putting it together and presenting it is just what is required. So please, let me know if there's any question. Please work. Let us see a lot of improvement in your presentation. Go the extra mile, because it is when you go extra mile that is when you have result that to enough. So standard on this. Now, what is the deadline to submit the PowerPoint so that we can stage it for them for their presentation? What is the deadline in the PowerPoint so that we can get the people that will present it for them on Saturday?
Okay. Okay. Thank you so much, Dimeji. Now, I have some announcements to make. The first is that for this particular PowerPoint slide, because we'll be projecting it on stage, if you get, on the final, during the final pitch, we need the slides to be ready latest 6 p.m. tomorrow. 6 p.m. tomorrow, so that we can give the slides to the media team. So you submit the slides to the email as a reply to the email that will be sent to you. Please and please, if your slides are not ready by latest 6 p.m. tomorrow, we'll assume that you are no longer part of the competition, because this is serious business for us. The judges that will be coming in are coming all the way from outside Nigeria to judge you and to see what the stuff you're made of. So take it very seriously. 1 million naira is not a small sum of money. You and I know. So please take it very seriously and ensure that you put in your best, because you'll be facing a large audience and you need to put in your best at all points. Now, also on Saturday, though we'll still send this as information via email, on Saturday, you are expected to be at the venue by 12 noon, okay? Your presentations will start from 1 p.m. That is when your you can set up from 12 to 1 p.m. and then the judges will come into the STEM lab and see what you are doing and view your presentation. And then afterwards at 3 o'clock, you'll be climbing up stage to do your pitch. So as much as possible, be at the venue at 12 noon. The venue is Landmark Event Center, Victoria Island, Lagos. Try and be at the venue at 12 noon.
You need to send the detail and everything.
Yes, so I will
to them.
send the details to all your supervisors, but this is just to reiterate the point so that you take everything seriously and be very time conscious as well. So I hope we've been able to answer all your questions. So we will end the meeting now. We'll bring the meeting to a close. And I wish you all the best. I wish you all the very, very best. And I can't wait to see all of you on Saturday. Bye, everyone.
The PowerPoint, yeah. So check your email and then just for the communication. Thank you. Have a nice day. See you.
Bye.
Hey guys.
Thank you so much.
Bye-bye. Good luck. Bye.
Good luck. Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye.